What's up, y'all? Listen, if I only had a nickel for every time someone asked me how much you bench press. The bench press has been the staple of strength for as long as I can remember, but which one is the best? Well, we can go ahead and just throw decline bench out the window. I can say, never. I never do decline. Not dumbbell, not barbell. So we're tossing that out the window. That leaves us two options, flat bench and incline bench. Which one of those two is better? Today, we're gonna go over each one, a little bit of technique, some tips and tricks, and we're gonna finally put the argument to rest. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly which one that you need to do to achieve the goals that you have for your chest. First things first, let's go over the two differences. Now, number one, flat bench. Pretty self-explanatory. This is a barbell flat bench. And guess what, y'all? The bench is flat. So this exercise is gonna work the overall chest, triceps, and some of your front delts. This is a good push movement. Again, this has been the staple of bench press for a long, long time. But now I come over here to the incline press. Ooh, see the difference? We have ourselves a little, you guessed it, incline. Now, what this is great for is upper chest development. That big shelf, you're gonna get it here. This is incline barbell, and you're also gonna work a lot of your front delts as well. Now, one thing you need to be careful of, if this is too high, okay? You don't wanna get that too high because then you'll be hitting almost exclusively front delts. So you do need to keep that at an incline, and that will absolutely create a shelf on your chest that you could eat a bowl of cereal off of. So there we go, back to back, incline bench press, flat bench press. Let's take a look a little more in depth, shall we? Up first is barbell flat bench. Let's go over some pros. Now listen, if you wanna be a better bench presser, guess what you have to do? You have to bench press. So if you're a power lifter, guess what? This is part of the big three. So you have to do it. It's great for the middle of your chest and even lower chest development. It does lack in hitting the upper shelf, which we'll get to later. But if we're talking about just a good old fashioned compound movement, it's really hard to beat the barbell bench press. Now let's go into the cons. So I'm not a powerlifter anymore. I am a bodybuilder. I also have had a massive distal tricep tendon rupture right there. See the scar? So I'm never gonna be a 500-pound bencher again, but I can bench enough to be a bodybuilder. So the thing with flat bench, and I've been around the game for a long time, been around the biggest benchers in the whole wide world. If you're trying to compete and you're trying to be one of the best benchers in the world, and you're really serious about getting your bench way, way up, a lot of times it's not if, it's when you hurt yourself. The ergonomics of the flat bench really put a lot of stress on your shoulders, and you're gonna see a lot of stuff going on up here. Shoulders, pecs, rotator cuff. So the flat barbell bench specifically can be a little tough on you. So that's why as a bodybuilder, I do limit my barbell flat bench, but I do a lot of dumbbell. That's the thing. Each of these exercises, both incline and flat bench, I do a huge mix of both barbell and dumbbell. That's how you're gonna get the full benefits of any kind of press movement. So that's the pros and cons of barbell bench, but if you wanna be a bencher, you gotta get under the heavy weight, okay? All right, what about the barbell incline press? Again, it's at an angle, so there is no question the pros of this exercise. Guys ask me about my side chest and how I get that big shelf up there when we're talking about chest development, giving your chest that nice square look. It's gonna come from incline. The pros for me is superior chest development. The other pro that I like about it is that it is a little easier on the shoulders. So there's a lot of guys that can't flat bench. They can come over and they can incline bench. Some of the cons, you definitely can't overload like you can on the flat bench. You're not gonna be able to do as much weight on the incline as you will on the flat bench. So for some people, they don't really like that. The other thing is there is a bit of a learning curve. If you're not doing this correctly, then you are going to hurt yourself, just like with any other compound movement. That's why form and technique is everything. The only other con that I can think of is that it's not flat. So again, if you are a flat bencher and you're trying to get a bigger flat bench for competition, for some kind of competition, then you do have to flat bench. Now there is some strength carryover if you do become a proficient incline presser. I'm a huge fan. I am predominantly, as a bodybuilder, going to be doing incline press, either dumbbell or barbell. I'm going to start off almost every single workout with some kind of incline press. All right, enough about what Matt has to say about it. What does science say about these two benches? When it comes to muscle activation, the incline has about 30% more upper chest activation. But when we talk about overall muscle activation, flat bench wins the prize for the whole thing. What about strength? As I mentioned earlier, you can do more weight on the flat bench. So the progressive overload will probably move quicker on the flat bench just because you can do more weight, but you're gonna get stronger on either one. What about hypertrophy? That is muscle growth. When it comes to hypertrophy, I'm going to say to do both. Mix it up. Do barbell, do dumbbell, do flat, do incline, do it all. That's how you're gonna get the best results when it comes to bench press. What about injury? Well, the science says that you're more likely to get injured on the flat bench. Now, I don't know if that's because more people do flat bench, but from my personal experience, man, I've seen some catastrophes on the flat bench. So you just have to be careful. When it comes to flat bench, this is what I want you to do. Feet flat on the floor, lay back. I want your pinkies. I normally put my pinkies about on this line right here. And then you're here. I want you to have not a big arch, just a little arch, and try and peel your back underneath you. Try and get those lats as big giant pillows and pull them underneath your chest. Now I have a launch pad and I lift off here, boom, and I'm gonna come down. Can I say nipple on YouTube? Well, that's the level you need to go to, right there, boom, and then you're back up. I want your elbows about 45 degrees. Where people get hurt is they flare their elbows out real far. Bad news. So keep your elbows kind of tucked in and then you press. The other little tip that I have for you is when you put pressure, number one, act like you're punching somebody. Boom. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to apply pressure on these outside two fingers. Here, not here, here. You press there with your pinkies, and you're up. Boom, it's like riding a bike. Once you feel that for the first time, you're gonna be like, ooh, that's kind of nice. Ooh, there, bam, up, rack. That's flat bench. Do you wanna check out incline bench? I do, let's go. Incline press, pretty similar to the flat bench, except you're at an incline. Feet flat on the floor, your back. I do want you to create that arch a little bit, still kind of get your back underneath you. I'm putting my hands in the same place. Here on those lines, I'm up, and the biggest difference on this one is that I want you to come steep. You have to come steep here, still keep your elbows tucked, but I want it hitting the top of your chest, not down here, okay? If you start getting down in this area and you start putting weight on the bar, you're gonna be in big trouble, mister. You wanna be up here, high, tight, up. So steep, here, push, and we're up, boom, here, boom, exploding. So that is how you do the incline press. All right, let's talk practical application when it comes to your programming. If you are a new beginner, I would first master the flat bench. Just get the technique, grab someone in the gym that knows what they're doing, or watch this video and get better at flat bench. I would definitely start incline, no question. If you're a bodybuilder, I would personally recommend prioritizing incline press. If you're a power lifter, obviously you have to flat bench. I would also recommend close grip bench. You gotta bring that a little lower down on your sternum, and that's gonna absolutely make your triceps bulletproof. it'll shoot your bench way, way up. And that's simply taking your hands from further out and bringing them in a little bit. Not too close, just a little bit. At the end of the day, it really depends on your goals. I'm always gonna take the approach of being well balanced, doing both, but it depends on your goals. If you wanna get stronger, these are the reps you need to be doing. I was a huge fan of 5x5. You're gonna need to be in that rep range of like 6 and below if you wanna get stronger. If you wanna get bigger, hypertrophy, bodybuilding, we're gonna stay in that 8 to 12 rep range. I still like to go a little heavy every now and then. That's the thing, folks. You gotta have variety. You gotta give your muscles a reason to grow. I sure hope that helped. Reach out if you have any questions, but get under the bar and press some weight. Just make sure that you're overloading appropriately and you're doing the exercise correctly. All right, I love you. As always, remember Jesus loves you, and so do I. You've been an absolute pleasure. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon.